We've found him. Hello.
On Sports Today,
The coaches back-to-back.
for Parkland Mazda, the number one team at Parkland Mazda Cannington.
On 882 6PR.
You okay, Ross?
You've been getting pestered from all these people ringing you, telling you how good you are, have you?
I forgot all about it.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a new number.
Oh, so I rang Luke. So, anyway.
All right, mate. Look, great. Another great performance on the weekend, and you know that now you're only going to play one of two opposition in the future.
Why do you say that?
Well, Hawthorn, Geelong, it's one or the other. It doesn't matter how the results end up this weekend. You know that you're destined to play one of them the following week. But how important is it to make sure that you finish off this season well this week?
Yeah, it is. We certainly flagged looking at anyone that's in doubt, trying to look after them. So we'll work our way through that during the week. But we've worked really hard to get into good form, and I thought on the weekend was as well as we've played for a fair while. So against quality opposition, we'd like to keep that going, but there's a bit to work through during the week.
You've earmarked Luke McFarlane for this week. Is that still on track?
He needs to hit some milestones, so there's some slight doubt, but he'll be pushing it, and if he wasn't to play this week, he'd definitely play the next week. So it's probably 50-50.
Now, Ballantyne was brilliant, but he looked like he might have just got a little twinge on that shoulder again, or was it something else? His ribs?
No, definitely rib. I panicked in the box a bit.
Yeah.
And so the doctors had a bit of a laugh at me. So, yeah, no, he's fine. I thought he's terrific. It was a really good call, and he'll be okay.
Do you take the risk with Aaron, or do you wait him the week later as well?
No, he'll definitely play, is my understanding. It'd be difficult for him if he didn't play this week to play the following week, even though he could do it. We're preferring to play this week.
Subin, you subbed him out?
Yeah, scan clear, so he's fine. We're just working through the week, and so scan totally clear, which is a bit like Motlop the week before went off with tightness and then played. So he's all cleared on scan, which is fantastic news.
Again, I thought, and I have brought this up with you the last couple of weeks, but again, your scoring spread. You've been getting a lot more players in position, sharing it around, and finishing it off nicely.
Yeah, I thought our ball use was a feature on the weekend. Port play in a certain way, and we needed to use the ball in a certain manner and bring everyone in, and we did that to great effect, particularly in the first half. And again, our general play goals have gone up without relying on marks too much. So that's a feature of the good teams, the high-scoring teams, and it's something we've added.
Pretty sure I know the answer to this question, but I thought the listeners would like to hear it anyway, is that, remember the olden days, Ross, when teams played in the finals, if the reserves weren't in the finals, we only need 28 of you, the rest of you can go on holidays. So that won't be the case at Freo?
No, I've always, at the Saints and here, kept the whole squad going. And I know Michael Morris at Collingwood in 2010, it worked pretty well for them. I think they pruned it to 28. Now, we always keep them going, and so we've got about 14, 15 players on the injury list anyway. So we won't have too many on the track, probably 32, roughly, available. So, yeah, we're pretty keen to keep them going.
So how important is to keep the momentum up this week, as you say, to beat St Kilda and beat them well going into the finals? Obviously, that is paramount.
No, I don't think it's a be-all and end-all. We always talk about you can win and have gone backwards. So you can win and have played some poor footy and lose and done a lot right. So we'll focus on our preparation. Our meetings need to be sharp, our review, our training, and then we get over there, really focus on effort. That's where it starts for us, and then we worry about the technical stuff after. I think Sydney showed last year. They lost 3 of their last 4. And so really, it's your next sport, isn't it? You can finish on top of the ladder and not win it. And so it's about being the best team in September. You don't have to necessarily be the best team all year. So you need to get your timings right.
And Cozzy, Milne, Blake all going to play their last game. It's expected Cozzy will be picked for this one to play game number 200, I think, as he goes out the gate.
Yeah, look, 200 for him, 200 for Snyder. Blake and Milne are 200-plus players anyway. And for me, I feel fortunate that I'm going to be there to see their last game and give them a clap off the ground because they've been wonderful servants. And an era that ultimately didn't deliver a cup but went mighty close. But 5 prelims, 2 grand finals and a replay, under Grant Thomas and myself. So that group duly delivered. They just fell short. And, outside of the premiership, most successful era over 8, 9, 10 years in the club's history. So those players should be admired and applauded off the ground by all the Saints fans.
Ross, thanks for your time, and we're glad you found yourself.
No problem. Thanks, man.
Ross Lyon there, coaches back-to-back for Parkland Mazda.